Hey, everyone, and welcome back to the KCC podcast. Hope you all had a great Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
So today,
Back to normal.
we're going to do a deep dive on Pastor Macqueen's sermon from Sunday,
Okay.
which was,
He said here, come.
oh, yeah,
That's the title?
the one from Matthew 14,
Yeah.
walking on water.
Yeah. So much in there.
So much in there.
Especially as we're coming to the end of the year and going into a new year.
Absolutely.
So much to unpack.
Yeah.
But one thing that really hit me was when he pointed out how the disciples were in this crazy storm.
Yes.
Straight after they'd had this amazing day with all these miracles.
Yeah, feeding the 5,000.
Yeah, healing people. And I was thinking,
It's like, you can't get a break.
yeah, can't we have like
all that.
a little bit of peace and quiet for a minute?
Oh, yeah.
And it made me think, have you guys listening ever noticed that in your own lives where it's like you've had like a really
On a roll.
yeah, like a really great run of things and then
Yeah, something comes and just throws you off completely.
yes, totally. And I think it's almost like these challenges are tailor-made to reveal who we really are. Pastor Macqueen was highlighting this contrast to show how a crisis often reveals our character.
Oh, absolutely. And I loved how he then broke it down into 3 types of disciples
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
based on their reactions to this whole situation.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we had
Philip,
Andrew, and
the boy with the lunch.
yeah, the lad with the loaves and fishes.
Birds and fish.
And it was brilliant because
And he really brought those characters to life.
yeah, it made them so relatable for today.
And relatable for us today.
Absolutely.
So you've got Philip, who he called the pessimist.
Yes.
And you remember when Jesus asks the disciples, how are we going to feed all these people?
Yeah.
Philip just goes straight to the problem,
Yeah.
focusing on what they lack.
What they don't have.
200 penny worth of bread is not sufficient.
Yeah.
Classic scarcity mindset, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like he's already defeated before they even
Totally.
begin.
Yeah.
And I think I've definitely been guilty of that kind of thinking where I'm just focusing on
Oh, yeah.
what we don't have instead of what we do
Yeah.
have.
100%.
But then we've got Andrew,
Yes, Andrew, the realist.
the realist.
So he acknowledges the problem.
Yeah.
There is a lad here who has 5 barley loaves and 2 fish.
Yeah.
But then immediately goes, but what are they among so many?
Yeah. Yeah, he's got the practical side,
Yeah.
but he's lacking that,
Vision.
yeah, that we can do this
Yeah.
attitude.
100%. He's stuck in the how.
Yeah.
And I think that's something we can all relate to as well, can't we?
Totally.
Like, how is this realistically going to work?
Yes.
But are we so focused on the logistics that we miss out on the possibility
Yeah.
of the miraculous?
Absolutely. And then you've got this
Unexpected hero.
this young lad
Yeah.
who just comes in.
Who Pastor Macqueen called the optimist.
Yeah, and just offers
Offers what he has.
yeah, and trusts God.
To multiply, yeah.
Yeah, to do what he needs to do with it.
Yeah.
And that really struck a chord with me because
Okay.
it's easy to get caught up in thinking, oh, we need to have it all figured out
Yeah.
before we step out in faith.
Yeah, have a plan.
Yeah, but this boy just comes in and says, here's what I've got. Do what you want with it.
Yeah.
What if we all approached our problems like that?
Yeah. That's powerful, isn't it? Just that simple trust
Yeah.
to let go of our need to control
Yeah.
and just surrender to God's plan.
Absolutely. So which one of these are you guys listening?
Which one are you?
Yeah, which one are you?
Yeah.
Are you a Philip focusing on what's missing? Are you an Andrew stuck in the practicalities?
Yeah.
Or have you got a bit of the lad in you ready to trust God with whatever you've got?
I think we've all got a bit of each of them in us, to be honest,
Maybe, yeah.
at different times.
Yeah, absolutely.
But just something to think about.
Yeah, yeah. Keep that in mind as we continue
Wow.
our deep dive.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fascinating, isn't it, how we react to these things.
Yeah.
But going back to the story,
Okay.
let's imagine for a second we're in that boat with the disciples.
Okay.
Waves crashing around, wind howling, it's pitch black.
Scary.
And suddenly, they see a figure walking towards them on the water.
Oh, my goodness.
Talk about a nightmare.
I'd be freaking out.
I'd be terrified.
Yeah, it's like something out of a horror movie.
It is, yeah.
And Pastor Macqueen really brought out how terrifying it must have been for them.
Yeah, yeah.
No warning, no explanation, just
this figure.
yeah, just like pure primal fear.
Yeah.
Makes you think, have we all been in those situations where life throws us a curveball
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, all the time. Those moments
that
where,
we didn't see coming?
yeah, where you're just shaken to your core
Yeah.
and completely overwhelmed.
It's that feeling of, wait, I thought I was going to the other side.
Yeah.
How did I end up in this storm? But here's where it gets interesting.
Okay.
Because Pastor Macqueen pointed out that even though Jesus told him to go to the other side,
Right.
he didn't promise smooth sailing.
Didn't promise it would be easy.
No, he just said go.
Go.
And sometimes that going involves going through some pretty
Intense stuff.
intense storms. But the beauty is,
God doesn't abandon us.
Yeah.
He's there with us.
Pastor Macqueen reminded us that he doesn't promise an easy journey, but he does promise,
Safe arrival.
yes, safe arrival.
We will get there.
So good. Such a good reminder.
Yes.
Especially when we're in the thick of it
Yeah.
and we can't see the way forward.
Yeah.
It's about holding on to that trust that even though it's tough right now,
Yeah.
we will eventually reach the other side.
We will get there.
But then this moment
Oh, yeah.
where Peter asks to walk on water,
What?
what?
Crazy.
I mean, come on, that takes guts.
It does. It's bold, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's not just a party trick, is it? Pastor Macqueen was using this impossible act to show us how faith can empower us
Yes.
to go beyond our limitations.
Overcome our limitation.
Yeah, it's about stepping outside of our comfort zones.
Yeah.
And having the courage to believe that with God.
Yeah.
Anything is possible.
So it's not about literally walking on water, but facing those challenges in our lives that feel
Impossible.
impossible. Yes.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
But I want to know more about the word come,
Okay.
because Pastor Macqueen unpacked that a little bit.
He did, didn't he?
And I feel like there's so much in there.
Yeah. So the first thing he talked about with come was about stepping out of our comfort zones.
Yes.
And that takes courage, doesn't it?
It does.
Because logic and fear are telling us to stay put.
Yeah.
But faith says go for it.
Yeah.
You might surprise yourself.
Yeah, it's that trust that even if I stumble, I
Yeah.
won't fall.
God's got you.
Yeah. And that leads us to that second layer.
Which is about overcoming our fears.
Yeah.
And Jesus says to them, be of good cheer, it is I. Be not afraid.
Powerful.
It's powerful, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's speaking to their fear,
Yeah.
but not letting it control them.
Yeah. It's a message for us today
It is, isn't it?
that even when we're afraid,
Yeah,
we can still choose to trust
absolutely.
rather than be ruled by that anxiety.
Yeah, because fear can be so paralyzing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keeps us stuck in that boat.
Yes.
Stops us from stepping out and doing what we're called to do.
But there's one more, isn't there?
There is one more, which is maybe the most crucial one.
Go on.
It's about keeping our focus on Jesus.
Yes.
Remember, Peter only started to sink when he took his eyes off Jesus?
Right.
And started focusing on the wind and the
Yeah.
waves?
Yes.
It's that image of how easily we can get distracted.
Yeah, we lose sight.
We lose sight of what matters.
Yeah, and get overwhelmed by the
They're
circumstances.
going on around us.
Yeah, we forget who's holding us up, who's in control. We get caught up in the what ifs and the how comes,
Yeah.
instead of just fixing our eyes on the one
And one who can calm the storm.
who can calm the storm. Yeah.
Yeah, we've all had those Peter moments, haven't we?
Oh, yeah.
Where we start out strong
Yeah.
and then doubt creeps in.
Yeah. And we start to sink.
We start to sink. It's a universal experience.
It is.
But the good news is
Yes.
we have a Savior who's always ready to reach out and pull us back up.
Yes.
He doesn't shame us for our doubts and fears.
No.
He just says, come.
It's that love and grace.
It's unwavering that sets us free.
Absolutely. But I love the fact that Peter, he does walk on water for a bit.
He does.
It's a reminder that when we do say yes,
Yeah.
amazing things can happen.
Amazing things happen. Even when it seems crazy,
Yeah.
God can do the impossible.
Absolutely. And even in that moment of failure when Peter starts to sink,
Yeah.
we see God's grace.
Yeah, he's there to catch us.
It's a reminder that even when we do sink
Yeah.
in our own faith,
We can always reach out to God. Always. He's always there to catch us. Always there to catch us. To lift us up. Lift us up. And to help us get back on our feet. Get back on our feet. Yeah. It's that constant reassurance that no matter how many times we mess up,
yeah,
his love
it's cost.
and his power is there for us.
Absolutely.
But it's not just about being rescued from the storm.
no, it's about what we learn.
Yeah.
Pastor Macqueen was emphasizing that the disciples gained such a deep understanding
Yes.
of who Jesus is
Yeah.
through this whole experience.
They went from knowing about him
Head knowledge
to
to experiential.
yes. Yes.
They didn't just learn about his power,
Yeah.
they felt it.
They experienced it.
They experienced it. They didn't just hear about his love.
Yeah.
They felt it.
And it changed them.
It transformed them.
Yeah, forever.
And that's what faith is about, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
It's about that personal encounter
Yeah.
with God
Yes.
that changes our understanding.
Yeah. Of who he is.
Yes.
And what he can do.
So good. And Pastor Macqueen,
Yeah.
he brought in this verse.
He did. He did.
Which always just gets me every time. He brought in Romans 8:28.
Oh, yeah.
And we know that all things work together for good to those who love God.
Yeah.
To those who are called according to his purpose.
It's so good, isn't it?
Such a good
And
reminder
every time I hear that verse.
that even when life feels chaotic and we don't understand,
Yeah.
God is working behind the scenes.
It gives me such a sense of peace.
Yeah.
Like when you read that verse, it's just like,
Yeah.
I can breathe again.
Yeah.
It reminds us that we don't have to understand everything. We just need to trust.
Trust that he's got a plan.
That he's got a good plan.
Yeah.
It's all going to work out.
And even those tough times, the painful things.
Yeah. It's all part of the process.
Yeah, they refine us.
Yeah, 100%.
And sometimes those storms, those difficult experiences lead us to...
deeper faith.
Yeah.
A more intimate knowledge of God.
Absolutely. They strip away those illusions of control.
Totally.
And they force us to rely on him in ways that we never thought possible.
Yeah. We have no choice but to rely on him.
What about you guys listening?
Yeah.
What storms have brought you closer to God?
What have you learned?
What lessons have you learned through those times
Through the challenges.
that you might not have learned otherwise?
Yeah.
Definitely something to think about.
Yeah, definitely.
But Pastor Macqueen ended with a question,
Oh, yes.
which was, what is God calling you to step out and do
In this new year.
in this new year?
Yeah.
What impossible thing might become possible if you just fix your eyes on him
And answer his call.
and answer that call to come?
Powerful.
Man, that's a challenge, isn't it?
It is.
To step up our faith.
To be bolder.
Yeah.
To be more courageous.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe that means getting uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Pushing past limitations.
Stepping out, even when we don't feel ready.
Even when we don't feel ready, because that's when...
Yeah, that's when we see God move.
That's when we see God move.
Oh, well, there you have it, guys.
Another great message.
Another incredible message.
From Pastor Macqueen.
So much in there about facing our fears
The power of faith.
and the love of God.
Unwavering love.
If you want to hear the full sermon,
Yeah, head over
head over to our YouTube channel,
at
KCCAOG, Old Town, Swindon, UK.
You'll find this one and all our previous sermons on there as well.
So as we head into this new year,
Yeah.
let's remember those lessons from Peter.
Yeah.
Let's fix our eyes on Jesus.
Step out in faith.
Step out in faith.
And answer his call.
And answer his call to come, even when it feels impossible.
You never know what he's got in store.
Yeah, absolutely.
Until next time, guys.
Yeah. See you next time.
May you be filled with faith, courage, and that unshakable knowledge that you're loved. You are called and you are never alone.
God is with us.
He is with us.